Wow. We are going to take it back ancient Roman style, and we're going to fresh mill some Duram wheat berries to make Cavatelli, or as we say in Brooklyn, Cavatelli. Okay, so the first thing we need to fresh mill our pasta is a wheat mill. This is my wheat mill. It is a Nutrimill. When we're milling flour, we're going to treat our wheat berries exactly as we would flour. So if you want a cup of flour, you're going to use a cup of wheat berries. If you want 300 grams of flour, you want 300 grams of wheat berries. Now, a good rule of thumb when you're making a southern rustic pasta like Cavatelli is you're going to use 3 parts flour to 1 part water. And for every cup of flour, you want about a half a teaspoon of salt. Now we're gonna make a little volcano with our flour, and we're gonna add our water to the center. I happen to be using whey, so if you have any whey left over from your ricotta that I gave you the recipe for, use that. And once that comes together, you're gonna knead it a little bit, but you really wanna rest that dough for at least 30 to 60 minutes because that fresh flour needs to hydrate and that bran needs to soften. So why are we doing this? Why are we milling our own wheat? Well, because wheat is actually a superfood, and it's only because of modern industrial practices that it sucks and it's really bad for you. In its whole form, wheat actually contains all of the essential amino acids that you need. It has vitamins, it has minerals, it has phytonutrients, it's got healthy fats. But the minute it's milled, it becomes oxidized, and it starts oxidizing within 24 hours, you're losing most of those benefits. In 72 hours, you've lost almost all those benefits, and by the time you're going to the store to get it, bring flowers because your wheat is dead. All right, my rant is over. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna roll the dough into these little snakes, okay? And we are gonna cut anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches. And then you're just gonna roll them on the board gently. You can flour your board or flour the little bits of dough. A tip is to tilt that board upward so that they roll a little bit easier. And that's it. Now we have fresh handmade, fresh milled Cavatelli, and you can cook this right away, or you can put it into the freezer for up to 3 months. Just suck as much air out of that bag as you can, because the less exposure to oxygen, the less it will oxidize. Okay, now we're gonna give it a try. Wow, you cannot achieve this with store-bought pasta, store-bought whole wheat, or even homemade pasta. This flavor profile and this texture, unbelievable. And this comes from milling those grains fresh. So I think we need to reconnect with our ancestors and mill down those grains, because in ancient Rome, this is what they were doing. The Etruscans, this is what they were doing. Those are my people, that's my blood. So let's rediscover it, rediscover our health, rediscover the near superfood that wheat truly is. Get yourself a grain mill, save up for a grain mill, make it a goal, see if somebody can mill it for you, but you're gonna wanna try these. Until next time, eat healthy, eat good. Bye-bye.